Good evening, folks. I'm your host, Wendell Hurricane Burrows, and this is the Seekers podcast for July 19th, 2026. Our other co-host is supposed to join us, and we're waiting for Dale Bullock and our normal guest here, too. BC Davis won't be with us this evening, but I'll let everybody else introduce herself. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, I'm Brian Terrell. I'm with Red Dirt Cryptic Investigations. I live in Enid, Oklahoma. Do you, how deep do you want me to go?
That's good. Go ahead, Barry.
I'm Barry Robinson. I'm in North Central Kentucky.
Kay's here. Hey, Kay. All right. Brian, you want to just go into what all you're a part of?
Well, that's kind of funny. Well, it seems like here the last couple of years, I found myself involved in a lot of stuff. Back in the old days, I didn't play well with others, but I made a few friends here and there, and I started working with some other groups. I founded Red Dirt Cryptid Investigations back in 2017, and we go out probably at least once a month and do some type of research out in the field. And we've got a lot of stuff going on there. We got a YouTube channel. We're on social media, stuff like that, and we get out there and we do a little bit of everything, but I also work with the Native Oklahoma Bigfoot Research Organization, NOBRO for short. They're a group of field investigators from Oklahoma, and met a couple nice people within that group. And, I work with them and stay in touch with them. If they need something, and especially in Northwest Oklahoma, they holler at me. I also work with the North American Dogman Project. I'm part of their investigative sciences division. One of my hobbies, I guess you could say, is not just audio analysis, but I'm also a big fan of in looking at hair under a microscope. Hair microscopy. That's kind of a mouthful. And taking a look at hair samples for people that find stuff in the wild and kind of give them some preliminary answers as to what it might be. Most of the time, I think people find out that people don't have a whole lot of idea of what to look for when they're looking for Bigfoot hair. It's kind of a mystery, and it's hard to find information on it to begin with. But I do that for the NADP, and somehow more recently I found myself the Oklahoma state representative for the NADP. Haven't really gotten into that role officially. I mean, they kind of named me as that type of doing that job, but haven't really had a chance to do a whole lot with that yet. That Oklahoma doesn't have a whole lot of NADP members, and so we're trying to put together a group of people there. So, the goal for me is maybe if we get a good group of people going, maybe I could step back and keep doing what I was doing before. So, but anyway, I try to work well with others, try to, I don't know, just kind of be the type of person I would want to work with instead of being one of those, I don't know, stick in the mud type people, So golden rule, I guess, that sounds kind of cheesy, but it's really the truth. You treat people, you treat people the way you'd want to be treated, and you're gonna run into a lot of turds, but every once in a while you find some good quality people, and when you do, you latch onto them. So
that's how we do it with the Falcor Bigfoot investigation in Arkansas, boys. Barry down there, he's a kind of a lone soldier out there right now, but he's looking for anybody that want to help him.
Yeah.
Ain't you, Barry?
Yeah, I just got Mom and Bo Stevens. Jesus.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah.
How's Mom doing?
She doing all right, sitting there eating ice cream.
Well, she got it made then. All right. Well, Brian, have you been doing any recent activities and investigations or scout? I know we was together at the J3 at the Gap. That was an interesting weekend.
Boy, wasn't it? Yeah, I had a blast there. I still can't believe how nice that place was. It just blows my mind.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
Yeah, I finally put together all my footage and stuff and kind of threw together a video about that deal. And I think it's going to be dropping either this coming Friday or the following Friday. I'm not sure exactly which. I schedule that stuff ahead of time to drop, but it's coming out pretty quick. Yeah, that place is absolutely beautiful. Opie definitely outdid himself on that place.
Yeah, Matthew Orton went up there and he's scheduling a deal for next year for people that can come and have the Bigfoot experience of actually getting to go out and go on a trail and what to look for. Not saying there's a Bigfoot there, but just how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And what we do when we're out there. But that'd be cool. And he let me know that they're in that little lake that was there down from the stream. They're building a pool that's built into that lake that you can go swimming in and do everything there. I said, that'd be cool, especially for this time of year.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Yeah. Stay close to the spring-fed swimming holes, man.
Yeah.
Now, after we got done with that, I ended up, me and my team, we went to the LBL for a week, and we were down there. We really didn't have a whole lot of activity. Honestly, I was kind of disappointed. You know, the LBL kind of didn't live up to its reputation, but I haven't had a chance to review all of my audio yet. I mean, I'm not kind of dreading that. I had 4 audio recorders going for over a week, so that's going to be a lot of work. But you know, we don't go to LBL very often, so I figured the more, break out all the audio recorders. We had them in 4 different corners of that place, so
that's a lot of hours of vocals or sounds.
Well, and I'll go through and pick them apart, a little bit here, a little bit there. We had one out at the Numbers Bay, one out at the one supposable massacre site there on the north end. We had one in the Devil's Backbone, and then we had one at the I think it's called the Rushing Creek Campground area. So what?
Yeah. We've got an area called Devil's Backbone up here too.
We do here in Arkansas too.
Yeah, there's
And
yeah,
supposedly a lot of strange stuff goes on.
And we've actually did Bigfoot research just about a mile south of our Devil's Backbone area. And it's there by Valonia, Robert Swain's area, and everything from there. So that's interesting.
Oh yeah, I think there's a Devil's Backbone in southwestern Oklahoma as well. So, and there's I don't remember. I know that if you go south of Quartz Mountain in southwestern Oklahoma, there's a Devil's Hollow or something like that. It's more like a valley. But anyway, the Devil's always been pretty popular,
Yeah.
So.
And it's strange how different names, and then we ended up researching there, and somebody either tells us of a Bigfoot sighting or some kind of creature. We go there, like Booger Hollow here in Arkansas. It's supposedly a ghost that goes and scares you off when you come around a cemetery. But the legends, what started me, my cousin lived there, and she said these legends say ghosts were throwing rocks at them. And I'm saying, ghosts don't throw rocks.
Yeah. You know what does?
Yeah.
Whenever we went to the LBL, well, the first time I went to the LBL years ago, I was talking to one of the girls up at a convenience store and just kind of chit chatting, And she told me, she said, "Oh yeah, you need to go up there to that Hotel California place. That place is haunted." And I was like, "Oh really?" She goes, "Yeah, if you go out there at night, the ghosts will throw sticks and rocks at you." And of course, my ears perked up on that. I was like, "Okay," but we went out there. We really didn't find anything. But yeah, we still had a really good time. I mean, it was a good time, and it's really pretty out there. And we stayed pretty close to the water where we could go jump in if it got too hot. But actually, other than storms, the weather was actually nice. And but after the guys left, I stayed for a couple of days over there, and I just kind of hung out and I don't know, it was just there. After I got out of there, I left and I went to the Mark Twain National Forest, kind of up. I had me a spot over by Eminence. I'd been out there several times doing kayaking and stuff like that. Right. And so I just went over there and stayed for a couple of days. That way, if I got hot or something, I'd just go jump in the river. But didn't really have any activity there either. Of course, I haven't reviewed the audio from that either. And of course, then after I got done there, I stopped by y'all's territory, and I spent a couple days over there at Hall Creek Falls, right there in Arkansas, and went and hiked around, did some hiking over there, just kind of out there, just kind of relaxing. And if I didn't feel like doing anything, I wouldn't do it. If I wanted to just sit around and be lazy and eat hot dogs, that's what I did, because I think when it's summertime like this, you kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm just lazy. You kind of got to stick close to the cool water holes. Yep. Otherwise you'll just end up, ate up with bugs, and you'll just be miserable, And
I think that's what Bigfoot does mostly. They stay closer to the caves or cold water source, spring fed.
Yeah.
I mean, they're smarter than we are on that kind of stuff, and they haven't got air conditioning, and they're like me, covered in hair. Everybody asks me, always on my beard, don't that burn you up in that hair? And I said, well, it does unless you soak it down with ice water. Then it's a natural air conditioner. I'm sure Bigfoot does the same thing. It finds the coldest water it can, and the coolest shade, and rests.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I would do. I would go down there and just jump in the creek and just find a little bit spot that was deep and hang out there. And my biggest problem was all the people that was around. So, I'm not a big fan of people. So, but
we lost Barry, and Neil tried to join us, and then he went off.
Man, maybe they're feeling antisocial too. You never know.
Maybe, you never know. We found out anytime you go and talking about the Bigfoot subject, internet goes crazy, or any cryptid pretty much. Some of them more than others, though. It's hard not to say it was somebody messing with all this stuff, but it's probably not. But
well, or the government's over there flipping the on-off switch.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, here they come back.
Maybe.
So I brought up the government thing, and they're like, "Oh crap, he's on to us. We better turn it off." It just kind of goes to prove a point.
It says I got plenty of Wi-Fi, and you're hearing me, so it ain't on my side. I don't know what.
I don't think it's on my side, but hell, I live in town, so.
Oh, there you go. Now we
Hey,
got somebody. Don't know if he can hear us.
can you hear us? This is
Nope.
God. No. God said
Yeah.
no.
You ever had while you've been out there researching a drone fly over your camp and then circle the camp and then leave and then come back again and circle the camp?
Yeah. So
And when I say drone, this is like a 6-foot drone. It's huge, biggest drone I ever seen.
the one that I'm thinking about, I'm fairly confident was a Game Rangers. And the reason why I say that is because it was bow season, and I think that they were probably just, instead of getting out and driving up and down the road and stuff, I think they were probably just running around with that thermal drone, saving time.
Yeah, that might have been it. The one that would come over us was kind of grayish green looking, and like I said, it made a whole complete pass around over camp and then left and then come back and did the thing again and left.
Mm-hmm. We did something kind of like that about a year ago. We went down to this place. It's down right on the Red River. It's called Brown Springs, and Brown Springs is like got a super like crazy reputation. There's supposedly, like Bigfoots, dogmen, and ghosts, and there's like a Indian burial cemetery there that's built on an older mound, and there's a natural spring there, and people say they've seen UFOs at this place. Well, the problem is there's a bunch of tweakers that hang out down there.
Oh,
And so we launched our drone, and we were flying the drone over there by their little camp and stuff, and we spooked them all out. They apparently thought the cops were on to them and stuff, but yeah, they get a little wiggy whenever you fly a drone around them, even a civvy drone like mine. So.
Well, we got most everybody back. Dale, can you hear us? I don't guess he can.
Well,
Can you hear us, Barry?
Yeah.
Huh.
My phone said it overheated. What happened to me? But
really?
who knows?
I was just filling Brian in. Lots of times when we get on here and we just start discussing anything we consider important about Bigfoot or Dogman or paranormal, internet goes crazy. And he jokingly said maybe it's the government turning it on and off. And I kind of, I'm glad I didn't have to say that. But anyway.
When in doubt, blame the government.
I don't laugh as hard about it as I used to.
Yeah, because we've seen it happen on here. I mean, crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Probably
Okay,
coincidence.
so if you can hear us, pick your nose. Yeah, he can't hear us.
He can't hear us.
Either that or he don't want to pick his nose on camera.
Y'all must be talking about the government again.
Yeah.
All right, I promise. I won't talk about the government no more.
There you are.
Yeah, we should be good now. So anyway, what was we talking about?
You was talking about on your trip.
Last time I heard was drones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's coming back from the LBL and he made it to Arkansas, and then we got to talking about drones and the government because the internet went crazy. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I finally made it home, and I figured I needed to stay home for at least a week so my wife wouldn't divorce me.
Yeah.
And then after that, I had to go back to Clayton, Oklahoma. That was weekend before last. And I had to, me and Terrell Adams were teaching a class. He was talking about evidence collection, and I was talking about, analyzing potential Bigfoot hair under a microscope. And that was actually a lot of fun. We brought in some real Bigfoot hair. and we was looking at it and we was casting it and showing everybody what to look for. It was a small class, but the people that were there were very interested. I was pretty thankful. There's people actually taking notes, and I'm hoping that eventually I'll have some people that know, that I can run stuff by whenever I run into something that I think is pretty suspicious. Maybe the target species. So, there is a lack of people in the Bigfoot community right now that can do that type of work. So that's kind of why I took time to educate myself on these matters. So, but no, I haven't. And this weekend has been my weekend of rest. So
I don't know what one of them is anymore. I got too many projects going.
yeah, well,
Not till after October anyway, huh?
Yeah, not until after October.
yeah, no, I didn't get completely away with it. I did have a couple of projects, but I decided I was going to wait till tomorrow or the next day to mow the lawn. So,
Right.
But that's no big deal. But no, we're just kind of sitting back and we're waiting. Need to talk to my guys. We got a potential outing coming up on the last weekend of this month. But we haven't we've kind of been debating, I guess you could say, about where we're going to go and what we're going to do. So we'll have to see. I do need to reach out to one of my guys and find out what he's got on his mind. But anyway, yeah, coming up events, the September 19th and the 20th, I'm speaking at another conference over there near Clayton, Oklahoma. Where Ron Moorhead's going to be there again. So
Awesome.
I'm getting a double whammy of Ron Moorhead, which I'm not going to complain about that. He's a very nice man.
That same weekend, September 19th, they're going to be down at Bologna at the Arkansas Bigfoot conference.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Dale's going in or not, but probably.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'll be there.
I've noticed last couple of years, it seems like there's just all these Bigfoot conferences just coming out of the woodwork. It's like,
yeah.
And, I don't know. Forever it was like you had Craig Woolheaters down in Texas, and you had the Hanabi conference, and that was basically it in our area forever. And then
last 5 years or so, it's just exploded.
Yeah, I think Mary Ann started it up in Springfield by starting hers, and which I'm actually wearing her T-shirt she gave me, and then I know that one popped up somewhere over there by Conway.
Yeah, that's the one, Bologna.
Is that that's what we're talking about? Yeah, they've been doing that now for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And there's that one popped up down there in Louisiana. And hell, I think Falk has 2 different little festivals going on now. 2 different people are putting on festivals at 2 different times, and and there's stuff going on there's more than just the Jefferson one in Texas, and hell, I can't keep up with all this. It's just a mess, and I think Isn't Orton doing one? Where was Orton's at?
Little Rock.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Little Rock or Hot Springs.
In June. Yeah, we went to it. It's pretty good for the first year, and he's planning on building already for next year, doing more.
Good. Yeah, I couldn't remember. And I had something. I don't remember what I had planned, but I wasn't able to go to that. Yeah, I think I was supposed to be in Atlanta for work, but anyway, yeah, it's been busy. There's a lot of stuff going on, all this networking, and being nice to people. It just gets old, man.
Yeah.
after I get done with that Hanabi conference in the October, I think I'm just going to withdraw from civilization and be a hermit for a while. So
I can understand. Yeah.
it's shaking babies and kissing hands is getting old.
We ain't got no official anything we're doing. It's the second weekend in December, Dale, instead of the first.
Okay.
It's the 12th. And
And what's that?
we got several huh?
What's that?
It's our investigation we do at OARC. You're welcome to come to it. That's our hot area. Matthew actually went over there last weekend and had all kinds of activity. And Dale, I don't know if he's told you or not, they've built a structure over one of the graves. Yeah, a teepee structure over the mound that we think is graves. He measured them. They're 11 foot long, but over the widest one, they've built a teepee structure over it that's got, it's 3 legs, and then it's got one placed right in the top of the crisscross, a log sitting there over this grave that we think.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, he got pictures posted of it, but pretty neat.
Huh. That's pretty. Did they cover this grave with stones at all?
It's got a stone at the head that's stuck. You know how we'd stick a stone, crossways at the head of a grave? It's got one on either end that's stuck the opposite way, like this. That's the only stones there. But the one at the one end, the north end, is probably 2 foot tall, maybe. And the one at the south end is just barely out of the ground, but you can tell it's been stuck. And then a few foot away from it, say down to where the feet would be, is another mound, the same deal like that. And we're like, we've thought about digging them up, and then I got to researching that. There's a lady that dug up a mound at the Toltec mounds, which was a small one, and she got lifetime in prison for it, for disturbing an Indian artifact. So we don't know. It might be Indian related or what. We don't know. But we're hoping that since Kay is on here, Super Dave has somebody that's got ground penetrating radar, and he's going to check it out for us, hopefully.
Yeah, put him to work.
Yeah.
Huh.
Sometime when they get around to it.
Yeah, I'd like to see what's under there. I tell you what, if those are Indian graves, they're awful darn big.
Yeah, 11 foot. He measured both of them. One's just a few inches more than 11 foot, but roughly 11 foot, both of them.
Well, I have some questions about that, but that'll probably be like off-air questions.
All righty.
Because we've found some stuff that's similar to that. But when you start talking about the potential of Native American burial grounds, that's pretty sensitive stuff. And it's it's kind of bad mojo.
Yeah. At first we was gung ho, and we got another area that's got the same thing. It's the middle of the national forest here, and there's no way to get nothing to it. And we was out there, and there's actually one that was open, freshly dug open by all these graves. And that's when we was like, all right, let's go ahead and dig it. And then the next day I checked it, and I'm like, nah, guys, we better not.
Yeah.
All right, we got the whole crew on here now.
Start the clock.
Oh, you're right there. They can see you.
No.
Yeah,
So
let me
just
add Neil even now.
Hey, Neil.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
You
Howdy.
want to introduce yourself, Neil? Our guest tonight is Brian Terrell from the Red Dirt Road Cryptids. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Neil.
My name is Neil Huff. I'm from Cass, Arkansas. Part of the Arkansas Bigfoot cartel. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, just making sure. Been snooping around the woods the last couple of years. Made lots of friends. Really love this stuff. Really love the guys I do it with. It's hot outside,
Yeah, it is.
so trying to stay
Yeah.
cool. It's hard to squatch when it's this kind of temperatures. So, but we're doing what we can.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
hell.
while you're here, I'm confirming December, the second weekend in December, we're coming back to Area 2 for the cartel is that weekend. So it'd be the 12th weekend, December 12th.
Okay, that's not a problem.
All righty. You were there some with Matthew Orton this last weekend, wasn't you, at Area 2? Anything you want to tell us about while he was there?
Man, it was different. They found out quick that I've got a phobia of snakes. I don't like snakes, especially
That makes
poisonous. I packed up my gear and left. To be honest with you, the first copperhead I caught, I don't know how Braden didn't get bit by stepping on it. He somehow walked around it, didn't see it, but it was going right down the middle of the circle path that goes around the campsites, and we come across it and we dealt with that problem. And then I took like 3 steps into my camp and there's another one going right underneath my truck, and that was enough for me. So
Yeah.
I got me some gone for the rest of the night. And it was all in the dark, and that made it that much more intimidating to me. So, but after I left, they did have some stuff happen in the middle of the night. They do think that they had something come up to the campground that I was at. There was a pan of barbecue chicken that I made, and something had put its fingers inside that pan of barbecue sauce, but they didn't know it. But I left a piece of chicken in there, so whatever it was, got himself something to eat too. So he got him some homemade barbecue chicken.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
we went
got a
out
lot of
onto that.
chicken.
Yeah, we ended up walking out on that trail that goes out to Spy Rock, the loop,
Yeah.
and there's something making structures on that trail. And we went back in there in the dark. We probably spent like maybe an hour back there looking around at these different structures in the dark, and they went back and looked at it during the day, and pretty much everything that I've showed in the past has been cut up with chainsaws. Like all the structures that I shown last year,
Yeah.
Someone that knew what that was, they come behind me and they did some chopping. So we got some attention out there for sure.
Right. Well, the Saturday night they went to Area 2, Matthew did, and they sent me the video, and he's walking from the pond back to base camp, and he got it recorded. The Warning Rock over at the cave across from the waterfall, the spring, that rock up there on the little cave that rocks and goes boom, 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 boom,
Yes.
boom.
Yes.
He got that on recording, and he sent it to me, and he said, "What is it?" And I said, "It's that rock. It's that Warning Rock over at that other cave that you could stand on. It takes pretty good weight to move it, but once you move it, it'll go bump, 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 bump." And he's got that on video as he's walking back. He said, "I've never heard that sound." I said, "I know exactly what it is."
Yeah, that must have been whenever I was gone.
Yeah.
Because there was a time there I took Valerie to work. So
Yeah, I said, "I've been trying to catch it for 4 years, I guess. So it always hear it when I ain't got a recorder out or this or that, but he got it on video." Yeah. So.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah, he sent
Trying
me
to
a
think what
picture
else.
of a print that he found that I thought was kind of interesting. I'm not sure if it's a bear print or some kind of dog man print, but it's
Yeah, he sent me that too, and I was debating. I said possible hand print, possible bear print, or a dog man. If it's a dog man, I sure don't want to meet it. It's
Yeah,
huge.
oh come on now. You
no,
can't
not
you
me.
can't be a dog man hater. So
I ain't a hater. I just
Yeah, I
don't
can
want to meet
too.
equal opportunity. Come on now.
it. Yeah.
So
Brian, did I hear you say something about you looking at squat chairs under a microscope?
yeah, I do that a lot.
Did you
Well, potential.
have you tried looking at them under different light spectrums?
Yeah, that you talking about the fluorescent thing. I haven't had any response with that. I have tried taking. I'm a robotics and electronic automation instructor, and I have a electronics lab, and I've actually tried exposing them to magnetic fields to see if there was any response. So far, I haven't found anything noteworthy, but as far as the fluorescent stuff, no, I haven't. I haven't seen a whole lot of anything pop up that's wouldn't pop up with your hair or my hair. So, but we do have some. I've had the privilege, I guess you could say, of analyzing some fairly well documented Bigfoot hair. So, and it is interesting though. But there's a lot of different types of hair. And I would just tell you this: just because your hair sample doesn't, look like the David Paulides sample, that does not mean that it's not legitimate. So careful there.
Could you describe what they look like? Magnified, high magnification.
Well, you're looking for a medulla that is less than 1/3 of the diameter of the total hair. So the medullary index is what they call it. And so you're looking for a smaller one. Some of the thicker black hairs, it's really hard to see the medulla on them. Most of the time, you're looking at a hair diameter between 50 and 120 microns.
Yeah.
You're looking for fragmented medullas, that kind of break, as they get thinner. You're looking for primate hair is what you're looking for. You're looking for hair that looks almost human.
Do they look segmented under the high?
You broke up, Dale. You say again, Dale?
Did we lose them?
Can you repeat what you asked, Dale? You broke up.
Oh, I was asking if the hair samples look segmented, almost like plant cells under high magnification.
No, not the ones that I've seen. No. So, but nothing. Here's the thing. A lot of this is kind of guesswork to a certain degree. We don't have a type specimen. And without a type specimen, you can't say, well, this is exactly what we're looking for in a Bigfoot hair. And, humans, we have 4 different types of hair on our body. We've got hair on top of our head. We got body hair, pubic hair, got whiskers, and, I think even nose hairs and eyelashes and stuff like that. They'll come in, they'll look different and have different properties. So theoretically, you could expect Sasquatch to have multiple types. That's what I meant by just because it doesn't look like the David Paulides standard that you see him posting, with the really thick scale pattern on, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's, that's what all Bigfoot hairs look like. So
Yeah.
it's a little more complicated than that.
Yeah.
So, and the science is a little more vague than what I would prefer, but it is what it is. The science is kind of in its infancy. So anyway, hell, we can't clearly identify one human by hair samples from another. We can we can tell you race and stuff like that. We can tell you whether a woman's used too much, heated her hair up too much, chemical burned her hair. But as far as like, if you got two redheaded people that have never treated their hair with chemicals, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between the two.
I didn't know if it was like that or like your fingerprint. Everybody's got different ones. So I guess they're all the same.
No, not so much. It's but at the end of the day, I can tell you whether it's a primate hair, pretty much I can do that. And it's kind of, you guys know, it's about context. If you find a 10-inch long footprint on a beach that's next to a swimming hole, well, you're going to be like, well, factoring in where this print was found, it's probably most likely human. But if you find a barefoot footprint, 3 miles into the woods in a national forest, now that's a completely different situation now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
and then like when we do most of our investigations from December to March, you find them out there and it's been cold and snowing. Ain't nobody gonna be out there barefoot and it's been 30 degrees.
It's all about context, So you got to look at where was the picture, where was this hair sample taken, how far from human civilization was it, and at the end of the day, that plays a critical part of it. So if you ever do find, what hair that you think is Bigfoot, take pictures of the area completely around it for context, and that's always a good idea. Multiple pictures of the hair. It's just like CSI and forensic work. It doesn't cost us anything to take tons of pictures anymore. So just get her done.
One of the deals that we've been using to get hair samples, it's Velcro on one side, and the other side is like sticky tape or wherever you can stick it to something. What we do, we'll take that out in 4-foot strips and put it on limbs at about the first 6 inches, flip it back over and stick it to itself and let them hang down all through the woods. And we've gotten several hair samples off of that. And it's high enough that it pretty much anything besides something they can stand on back. Deer could have stood up, like that, but the hair didn't look like that. But it's high enough to where it's unevitable that anything besides a very tall human or a Bigfoot is getting close to it. So that's how we've been getting our hair sample.
Yeah. Well, if you guys ever have any questions, I'm at your disposal. You can always, take pictures of it. And guys, I'm here to tell you, you can, running a microscope and stuff like it's not that complicated. You don't have to have $1,000 microscope. Most children's microscopes will do what we need it to do. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna throw this in there real quick. You're talking about microscopes. Guys, I've never told y'all, but I have a whole kit that's vintage. It's a whole kit that's in a wooden case that I've been keeping secret from y'all guys. Not really secret, but I bought for this reason. I just never shared it with anybody yet. But if any of you guys know about how to use it properly and all that stuff and the other stuff that I may have to buy for it, I'm all ears. I'm willing to get the stuff. I just need to know what to get.
Well, you'll need some slides and you'll need some distilled water and preferably a light source, to put underneath it. But a lot of times you guys have probably seen those little clamp adapter things that you can clamp onto one of those little. You can clamp your cell phone onto what is it, like a monocular, so that you can turn your phone into a telescope, and take pictures. Well, those will bolt right onto a microscope too. So you could get one of those things off of Amazon for $14-15 and mount it onto the lens piece of your camera or your microscope, and you can turn. You don't have to have a triscope with a fancy camera like I got. I mean, you can use your cell phone. As long as you've got some light on the bottom of it. I don't know if it's a refractive one or whether it actually has a powered light on the bottom of it. But
it does have a powered light. Yes.
Good. That's good. That's really all you need. So,
All right. Well,
yeah.
Advice. Appreciate that.
And if you got any questions on that, just call me. I'll afterwards I'll hook you up with my cell phone number, and we can FaceTime, and I can walk you through whatever you need help with. Here's the cool thing: if you can take pictures with a microscope of a hair sample, you don't have to know everything. You can email those pictures or send those pictures to people, and you can get a consult just over the phone. And you don't have to mail your hair sample and have it vanish at the U.S. Postal Service like we've all heard stories of.
Well, I've had that happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you get set up properly, and if you've already got a microscope, it sounds like you probably need about $20 worth of equipment to get you going.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
I'll be more than happy. I'll send you links to everything you need. So.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
You don't have to know everything about hair as long as you know people that do, and you can take pictures, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Thank you.
Anytime, man. I love this stuff. I'm kind of nerdy like that. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're in our last
want to know
10 minutes here. I was going to say, you got anything coming up, Brian, that you want to announce or anything like that you're going to be at, or anything going on?
We just released our newest documentary. It's about dog men, and that just hit YouTube. We've got a few views on it going. I think it's been out about a week and a half now. Kind of follows us along I think we probably spent about a year making that video, off and on, while we were doing other expeditions, of course. And we've actually acquired some dogman hair, which is in the video. And we actually ended up casting a print at a site where we had a guy that had a bunch of chickens eaten. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think he had 6 chickens taken in one day. And it was really super weird because the chickens, whatever it was snatching them, taking them out in the woods. And it was like defeathering them right there. But there was like no blood, no bones, no skin. It was just a pile of feathers on the ground. And I think one of the piles had like 2 drops of blood on it. But other than that, it was like the chicken was just plucked and taken. It was very strange. Took 6 of them in one day. And the guy actually, he saw it too. So.
Tell them what to do.
What, my deer?
About that deer out there.
I already told them about that last time. Yeah,
You told Linda, but you didn't tell her no more because we wasn't here.
she's talking about a little fawn I found, been ripped up to pieces. But there wasn't no blood or nothing.
Huh.
Yeah, I told them last time, but go ahead and tell us all about it, Barry.
I just wasn't but a few bones and a couple strips of skin. The only way you'd know it was a fawn deer is the markings on one of the pieces of skin. There wasn't a drop of blood. All 4 legs were broken and the skull was missing. The head was completely gone. And like I said, not a drop of blood, no meat on the bones, nothing. And where it was at, we would have noticed if it'd been there long. Buzzards had started circling or anything like that. They hadn't, so it had to have been dropped there the last day or so.
Yeah, I don't know nothing that would do that. I mean, even if it was a Bigfoot, there'd be blood, you'd think.
You would think.
I hadn't had much dealings with dogmen. Maybe Brian had more. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
Nothing particularly like that, but it is a possibility that, you know, the kill and everything was done somewhere else, and maybe something was, you know, carrying the carcass around with them, snacking on it for a while, and then discarded it where you found it.
Possible, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just speculating. I ain't seen no pictures or nothing. It's just, you know, that would explain the loss of blood. But as far as, you know, what it actually looked like and stuff, I'm pretty clueless. But yeah, they're kind of weird like that. You know, they'll every once in a while, dogmen will go after, you know, like cattle. They usually go after the smaller cattle, and of course the deer. There's so many things out there that'll go after deer. You know, it's kind of hard to pattern and, you know, and tell whether it was done by coyote or whether. I mean, it's really hard to tell.
Because I heard it one night.
Just thinking, Barry, if you find anything like that again, see, you talking about the legs being broke, just tomorrow it's been removed.
Marrow.
The bone marrow.
Or the bones.
Sound like he said get some bone marrow.
It all was dried up. The bone was all dried up.
Were the bones just broken or were they twisted?
They were just broken.
What there was left of them.
Yeah, what was left of them. They were dried out too. I mean, it wasn't a lick of moisture on them. Nothing.
So it's kind of like Brian said, it could have been somewhere that they'd been snacking on for a while, throwed up to keep preserved, hung up in a tree, and then as they leave out and go somewhere, they take it and snack on it as they go, and then got done with it and throwed it away. Something was doing that, sounds like.
I looked for tracks, I didn't see nothing.
Interesting. If it happens again, take pictures and send them and let us know.
Gave me the creeps, I'll tell you that much.
I'm sure.
He started hollering for me. I thought he'd run over a snake. Got out there, it wasn't no snake.
That's like all those cats of mine that disappeared. I had a whole bunch of feral cats, and they all just vanished. I went up on the side of the mountain up there, and there was a whole bunch of cat bones all right in one pile.
Sounds like a delicacy to me.
Yeah, it looked like something just swiped about 6 or 7 cats and just went up there and sat down and ate them right there on the spot.
We had 27 disappear one summer between us and the neighbors.
Really?
And never found hide nor hair of any of them.
Most of your predators, they'll kill them on sight.
Yeah.
You'll find blood, fur, everything else. You know, that they'll leave a mess. But these dogmen and these Bigfoot, you know, they just, and then they tote them off and eat them elsewhere. So they're same thing with chickens, you know.
I used to have a bunch of chickens, Brian, and I they all just started disappearing. And you know, when a predator like a a badger or a fox or something like that takes them, there's usually a feather scattered around.
Yeah, hell of a mess.
But all these chickens were just gone,
Right.
just gone. And I know we found chicken bones way up on the mountain in a cave up there,
Mm-hmm.
or on a ledge up there. And something was just taking the chickens. Now, my neighbor had like 125 disappear,
Jeez.
and they were fighting cocks. They weren't regular chickens. But he had a terrible time. I replaced all of my chickens twice, and I finally decided, well, someone wants my chickens more than I do, so I just stopped trying to raise them.
Yeah, let it cool off for a couple of years. Yeah, that's usually the telltale sign is they'll just be gone. So.
Yep.
You know what? It's a funny thing when all those chickens started disappearing. I had a big old stump up there on the side of the mountain, and I had a fort that I built for the kids, for the grandkids, and I put a game cam way up on the flagpole. I had a big wooden flagpole with a pirate flag and all the nonsense, But I put a game camera up on top of that flagpole, pointed right at that stump. And I went and bought a raw chicken and put it on that stump. And there was 2 pictures on that camera, or 3 pictures on the camera. One of me putting the chicken on the stump, another picture of just the stump with no chicken, and then me going back to check the camera. That was it. But I think, boy, something's awful fast.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty quick.
Yep.
They know how to do it. Same story all over the country, really. So, those trail cameras are good for keeping them out of certain areas, but they ain't good for getting pictures.
No.
So.
What we've been looking for is the old timey like Polaroid camera or whatever that's got the trigger flash. And if you could hook that to a wire or rope or something, and when it passed, that first time when it passes, it'd pull that flash. You get one picture, but it wouldn't be no IR or nothing to scare it off. Now, it may go over and grab it after it realized it just was a big flash, but if it don't, you'd have a picture of it.
Yeah, I don't think it's infrared that they're seeing. I've kind of got a different theory on it. I noticed a couple of years ago, we were out at one of our places, and I saw this heat signature in the woods, on my thermal camera. And as we started kind of walking towards it, I realized it was one of my trail cameras. And those trail cameras, they're warm. They're actually sometimes they'll be warmer than body temperature, because they're an electronic device and they're putting off heat. Well, especially in the wintertime, I mean, if that thing's 50 degrees warmer than the ambient air temperature, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. And if these things can see in the infrared spectrum, then it would be just like it's glowing in the woods. It's no wonder they could see them from a long ways off. So at least that's my theory. Now, I think if a person was to, kind of camouflage the heat signature on them, you might have a little bit better chance of getting something. I've started taking some of those plastic Folgers coffee cans, the ones that are about this big around, and I kind of put some sticky back insulation in them. And one of these days, whenever I have some time, I'm going to permanently mount them somewhere that I know has activity, and I'm just going to stick that trail camera in there, and that way, whatever it is, if it wants to see the heat signature, it's going to have to come up from the front, So at least that's my working theory at this time. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but maybe if you guys have success with it, let me know. But I mean, everybody's got those old coffee cans laying around, you know, and you can get on Amazon and buy that, you know, like 3/8 inch thick sticky back foam insulation. You just layer it up, you know, and hell, my trail cameras slide right in there and they're snug, you know, and so I don't think you'd be able to see them, you know, until you got in front of them, which, you know, I think that's the trick. Either that or, you know, dig a hole into the side of a bank, a sand bank or something, you know, and stick it out. Something. You gotta keep the heat. I'm pretty sure that's what it really is.
Yeah. A friend of mine took an old piece of firewood and cut it in half and hollowed out the inside except for a hole for his camera on the end of it, and then put the log back together again.
Yep.
And left his camera inside the log.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's a pretty slick way of doing
That's
that.
pretty simple.
Yeah. I
I'm
think
gonna
that
try.
if we had enough of those out there, we'd probably get lucky.
Yeah. We've had different success out of fried chicken and something chicken, barbecue chicken. I'm going to cover my trail cam with chicken grease the next time. Cover that sucker all around the tree with chicken grease. Fried chicken grease.
Well, I've tried everything under the sun with cameras. Like Brian said, I keep putting them out there, keep hoping I'll get lucky one time.
Yeah. I keep thinking maybe we'll get a juvie or something, you know, but.
Yeah, that's what I figured, something like that. Now, I've seen some of your stuff there, Barry. You had like us. We had something that the camera was there and you see a flash or something like this. Now, what it is, I don't know for sure. Some people say, "Oh, that's a squirrel." This could have been, but it could have been something from behind the tree, looking at it like, "What is this?" But,
yeah, looked like it had awful long hair for a squirrel, maybe.
we've had the same stuff. We've had eye shine where it come around a hill and it was just far enough away, but we know a few steps more and you're off the bluff and there's no tree there, so something was 11 foot tall standing on a rock ledge that's got eye shine. So, so. Well,
the only bad thing about my stuff is
Oh, you froze up, Barry. His phone must have overheated again.
I never got my laptop up and running a while ago. It went through a update. Oh my God, that's always a holy terror. I went through an update again, and of course, it had to force me to look at all these screens about what it did for me. And I'm like, oh, come on, just go away. Let me look at my Explorer or something here, you know.
Yeah.
They have to tell you about all the spyware they just installed on your computer.
Yeah, that's about it.
Click here if you authorize the government to watch you through your laptop.
Well, there's been a patent on file since the late 60s where they could watch you through your own television. So that's a real thing.
Well, that's why I watch TV naked. That way they get a show.
There you go.
Just kidding. I'll make them pay for it. Oh.
Well, hey, Barry left there. Any final comments before we get out of here? We're 2 minutes away from my little red light flashing.
Uh-oh. Now, I mean, if anybody wants to reach out to me, or if anybody's got any questions about hair microscopy or anything like that, or dogmen, you can always hit me up on Facebook Messenger, or you can always reach me at reddirtcryptids at gmail.com. just go hunt down my Facebook page, Red Dirt Cryptid Investigations, and I'm one of the admins on there. Everybody's on Facebook. That's usually the easiest way. I tend to shy away from putting my cell phone number up there. So I get enough weird calls as it is. But yeah, if you seem fairly normal, I might give you my cell phone number.
Awesome. That leaves us out, fellas.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm pretty sure I
we
gave
chase
you a
Bigfoot,
card
so we're not normal.
Yeah, I got it.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Yeah, he seemed kind of tame at the time, so yeah, that's all I got, fellas.
You made it back, Barry.
Make it back in time to say goodbye.
Yeah, that's what we were supposed to say. We're on the final comments now, and we Brian did his. Now we're to Dale.
I've just been listening. This has been really interesting.
Yeah, it's been an awesome show. Now we got somebody. He'll get tired of us talking about hair.
Yeah, I've been watching your videos for quite a while now.
Thank you.
And I really enjoy them. Very informative. Good to have you on here tonight. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Neil?
Guys, I want to apologize for showing up late. I'm not at home.
Right, that's what I told him.
But been kind of focusing on some stuff with these towers, the tower stories, like these horror stories at these fire towers, watchtowers and stuff.
Yeah,
My area has a couple.
About that.
Well, the men's got a couple of them, so I'm gonna start snooping around there. So look forward to seeing some stuff pop up from around these towers, because there's two of them. Hopefully, you'll be paying some attention to.
Well, I'm just wondering, did you actually get stuck in that tower the other night?
No. I was just being funny.
Okay, I thought we was gonna have to send a rescue team out there to open the door for you.
No. I was just aggravating my mom because of the fact she's scared of heights. So I didn't even think about that. If someone showed up there to try to help me or not.
Did you climb? Did you climb the tower? That's what I'm wondering.
No, sir.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, if I saw a sign that said "Do not climb this tower," I'd be up that thing in a heartbeat.
Well, the thing about it is that the set of stairs is gone, so it's not easy to access. You're gonna have to do some MacGyver and some running and jumping and parkour kind of stuff to get up there.
You just need one of those ninja grappling hooks.
There you go.
So I did some ninja flips.
I still think I'd have tried it though.
Yeah, I'm fresh out of ninja anything.
Yeah.
Look forward to more videos. Look forward to some videos coming up in the future about that. If it goes pretty smooth, I'm thinking about having a bunch of people show up at my cabin, which is in Ozone, Arkansas. And we may go up there to this tower and have a little investigation. So if we go to my cabin, it's closer to my cabin than what it is Reading. So
All right.
hey, look, I'm going to go ahead. That's all I had to say.
All right. Go ahead, Barry. You got any final thoughts or comments before we tell everybody goodbye?
Not really. I put 2 cameras back out. One's on my garden, and the other's on the pond on the property. So I got the food source and the water source covered.
Awesome.
I figured if there's 2 places they're going to come, that ought to be it. And something got in the corn, ate all my corn and knocked the stalks over. So anyway, me and Mom and Bo Sivas cover Harrison, Scott, Bourbon, Grant, Pendleton, and Robertson County. If anybody's got a report or a story they want to share, and contact us on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. I'm on all of them. Other than that, it was nice to meet you, Brian. It was interesting. Nice to see the rest of you guys again. God bless y'all and have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
All right. That's the end of the Seekers podcast. I'm thankful for everybody being here. And y'all want to say goodbye? Go ahead.
Good night and God bless y'all.
Have a good evening.
You want to say goodbye?
Good night, everybody. Have a nice week and be careful.
All right, Mom. You have a good week,
Yes,
too.
ma'am.
God bless everybody. See you next month for the Seekers podcast around the 23rd. And I got a awesome guest lined up for next weekend. Remember Angie from the J3
really?
Scout? Yeah, she's gonna be our guest next weekend, next month. All right, see everybody next month.
You guys have a good one.
Y'all be good.
All right.
Everybody
See you
be
guys.
good.
Have a good one.